When Douglas set out to build Selar, we're pretty sure he had no idea he would be building the largest creator platform in Africa. As of now, Selar has over 150,000 creators and a million registered users in over 10 countries. In this episode, we sit down with Douglas to discuss the journey so far working on Selar, the future of the creator economy, and what every new big creator should know in 2024. All right, enjoy the episode.
Hello, hello. You're welcome to another episode of Inside the Ecosystem podcast, a favorite podcast, according to survey and research. How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
E.
I mean, I see you almost every day, but anyways,
Do you? Do you? I don't know.
maybe not every day,
But
but
we
I
talk.
think I
We
see you
talk.
too much.
We talk. We talk so regular. Emmanuel feels like my wife sometimes. We talk so much. You know. But
Emmanuel's face is like,
I don't know why he's trying to deny it. Just to kick things off, we're going to start with our regular. I'm saying regular. We're trying to make it regular. But our regular something in tech that annoyed you recently and something in tech that interested you recently. So should we do annoyed first? I don't know. I don't know if you should do annoyed first. I'm trying to think. Should we do annoyed first, Emmanuel?
I know it is yeah. Let's do annoyed first.
Okay. Man, I don't know. Something that annoyed me recently. Okay, I would say, I don't know if the last time I talked about AI, but this time it's AI actually. Notion AI. Notion AI annoyed me recently. So for those who don't know, I write a lot and I use Notion AI sometimes to just as my guy, right? Not as my guide, as my guy, someone that I can talk to while writing. Recently, Notion AI, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like it has been hallucinating recently. Where I tell Notion AI, okay, make this look better, and then it repeats exactly what I told to make it. It doesn't change anything.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, it has been very annoying. I'm like, why am I paying this $12 every month? So that has really pissed me off.
wait, but what if it's at the best that you can get already? That's why.
No, because I first thought that was the issue, but then I tried again. I was just like, oh no, okay. And then something that interested me recently. I don't know whether it's an interest, but I recently got my first mechanical keyboard. I've not used it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm probably going to share a review afterwards. I don't know what the hype is about. There are some people that they have a whole personality on using different type of keyboards. So I'll try to see what that's about. So what annoyed you recently in tech, and what's been interesting in your life lately?
Interesting. What annoyed me? I think it will be the Windows thing, the cyber something, where there was an
Blue screen thing.
antivirus thing. Yeah. That
Oh, you
was
don't
really
use
annoying.
Windows.
No. It's not about me, right? So Windows powers a lot of software,
At
and
work?
some of those include not to my. Let's not talk about work.
Okay.
But they power software in the airports. So
Okay.
the day one of my friends was flying, I think they had to cancel his flight because of that thing. So that was
That's
really
crazy.
annoying. And the reason for the issue could have been easily avoided. So yeah, I think that got me annoyed.
Says the 10x engineer. No wala. So what interested you recently?
To be honest, nothing. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad though.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Nothing interesting has been released in the past, I don't know, 2 months.
So no
Yeah.
piece of tech interested you lately.
I'm waiting for iPhone 16 because there are rumors that there will be iPhone 16 Air or iPhone 16 thing, something like that. So maybe that might be interesting just to know that it exists, not that I will buy it. But yeah,
Okay. Okay, that's what Apple
I'm an Apple
fanboys.
fanboy, so yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
fair enough.
You know the deal.
All right. Okay. like we always say, we have a very, very special guest in our midst. We have a superstar. All our guests are superstars, but this one is a superstar amongst superstars, if you know what I mean. And we have
I'm
the
just
founder. We have Douglas on the show today, founder and CEO of Selar. Now, if you've not heard about Selar before, right, you're going to hear about it on this podcast. But just a few things about Selar. Selar has about 1 million plus registered users, and they are the largest creator platform in Africa. Before this episode started, I was asking Douglas for some tips, but he hasn't really responded to me. So hopefully, after the episode is done, I'm trying to make whatever they're making over there at Selar. It's just completely insane. Douglas, you are welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you here. How is it going?
thank you for that very flattering intro, Chuka. But I mean, but thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here. I haven't done like a podcast interview in a while. I wouldn't say
Hmm.
ever, but actually I wouldn't say ever, but I think I did one very recently, just like 2 weeks ago, but this would have been I think this should be my first, but we'll see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Man, you are doing something very, very interesting. You have over 150,000 creators on your platform, right? And you're in multiple countries. And fun fact for those who don't know, Seller started off being bootstrapped. I think for in a large way they still are, and it's just really
Yeah.
amazing. It's
It's
just
still
really
Nobody, I
bootstrapped,
mean,
amazing.
right?
there's that,
The 5K you got from is it TFE or
Oh no, but
TW
TF,
some
TF.
TEF? Yeah. Was
But we
it?
also got 350, but yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
I saw it
okay.
tweet recently, and I just laughed. I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be so fun to have this guy on the show. He said, "Oh my god, I'm shy." I'm like, "Oh brother," I laughed so hard. That was really interesting. Congratulations, man. So
thank you very much.
we like to get to know our guests, and would you like to tell us about yourself, your journey, and basically how you got started in tech? Just the whole origin story thing. You know.
Okay, I will try to answer this, and I will try to answer this as succinctly as possible. So I got into tech in my 300 level of uni. Um, I was actually trying to be, so I was in CU at the time. I was studying civil engineering, but I had a side gig where I used to fix people's laptops. And then I wanted to like reach a bigger audience. So I wanted to make but I was like, actually, this is going to be ironic because I was actually shy. I wanted to reach like a bigger audience in school. And so I was like, let me make like a platform like OLX where I could list myself as like a random vendor and hopefully other people will find me too. So that's why I wanted to learn how to write code. And then I reached out to somebody. He was in like I think final year at the time, and my friend Raymond, and he's actually been lifelong friends with me so far. And so then I started learning how to code, and this was maybe like August. 'Cause I know it was like 200 level sideways. And by December, I got a job. Interesting, I don't know if you guys know this, their design company, they're called Check DC. They're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, I know
big. They're
check.
Yeah.
pretty big. So yeah, they gave me my first job as a software
Wow.
engineer, and like I built a platform because he went to see you. He was like really enterprising then. So he gave me my first job. I think it was like 30K a month. This was like I guess 2013-ish. And then after like learning how to code, and I started earning money like roughly just like immediately. And so like I never went back to fixing laptops. And then that was my journey into tech. Um, and then in 500 level, my school had they had this program called what's it called? It was like this entrepreneurship program. They were giving people money to like build things. So I didn't get
Is
the
it
money, but like there
Hebron
was
Startup Lab?
yes, Hebron Startup Lab. Yes.
Nice.
Wait, how do you know that? Take a seat, please.
Because I went to see you.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
My God, we need to We need to check how many CU graduates we bring to this show. It's getting too much. I'm jealous.
So a very good friend of mine. Actually, she wasn't a friend of mine at the time, but there's a girl. She was called Odoya. Um, she started like Uber Eats for CU. So this is, I guess, when I took her something like
I also know
2015.
that.
Also, no, wait, when did you graduate?
2019. I think I might have used mobile. It's called mobile waiter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mobile waiter. Yeah.
It was
So
pretty big that time, no?
Is
yeah, it was.
Odunayo? Do you mean Odunayo like
No.
P-Vest?
No. A
Okay,
different one. A different
not that
one.
Odunayo.
Aisha,
Okay,
yes.
okay, all right.
So, so she got a grant of like 400K, to build mobile waiter, and then I charged her like 150 or 200K to build the platform. I mean, I was good. That had nothing to do with me, and so I wasn't like a co-founder, but like I built the app, and so we built that and shipped it. That was like I think it wasn't my first venture because I think I had done a school management system in my 400 level and then I tried to sell it. And I was hit with like school bureaucracy and I was like, no, I'm out of this. I can't do this anymore. But I built like the whole platform. I built a very robust solution. So anyway, 400 level comes, we built mobile waiter. I was helping her manage it. I think payment gateway was Vogue Pay, but then Paystack had launched at the time. So I was like, so I tried Paystack for the first time on like mobile waiter. It was slick. And then I was in talks with the founders because I was like giving them like a lot of feedback, like as an early user. It was just like really fun for me because I was just like excited to build. CU students loved like paying on Paystack at the time because like it was like no odds, it was very smooth, blah blah blah. And then when I graduated, I was in contact with the Paystack guys because like I was like a big advocate for them. I was very excited about the product. Like I was like, because I'd been using a lot of like Vogue Pay and InterSwitch was like really terrible at the time for everybody. And so I was like loud about them on Twitter and then I was just excited to try and recommend their product to people. And then I think I saw a job post that they were hiring on they had a developer Slack and I was like, oh, then I texted them like, oh, and then Shola invited me for an interview. This is like, can't remember. It was like August or something. And he invited me, was like, oh, come to the office and let's chat. And then he offered me the job on the spot. And then that was how I guess, got my official start in tech. And that was like really nice. And then Selar came in while I was working at for the Paystack. Yeah, I guess that's a very short summary.
Nice. And you worked at Paystack for how long? Like, it was a short period, right?
Yeah, it was like it was a short time. It was like 11 months.
So why did you leave so early? Was
He
it?
jumped ship.
No, I was like, I would just say I was just young and just doing whatever. I was just like, and because there was no reason for me to leave. Like when I left, they had a like really big party for me. It was really nice, really lovely. I Paystack was really one of my most hardworking eras. Okay, well, I did do a lot of work. I did. I was working a lot at Paystack, like, and I was happy to do the work because the work was exciting. And
Mm.
so I quit because I was like, oh, I want to do other things. And then I was jobless for like 3 months. And then I was like, oh, I'm joblessness doesn't work for me. I want to work again. And and then I reached out to E because weirdly I had a E and I were not friends. Like we were not like active. We're not like active friends, but like I think I had a connection to him some way. I don't remember how. But I reached out to him and then I think he was able to set up an interview with GV and then I got a job like working at Bata and I rebuilt Bata at the time. This is like 2018 and I was there for like maybe like 10 months and then I was like, don't want to do this anymore too. And then I was jobless for
Were you like a Android engineer or iOS?
no, I was a backend. I've always been just a
Okay,
backend engineer.
Okay, backend engineer.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
actually full stack, full stack. So it was like, so everything I built. So at Pace, like I was building like a lot of like, I was doing a lot of like normal support, technical support. I built a lot of like the initial libraries and plugins that they have. And then when I was at Flutterwave, I like kind of rebuilt Butter, the web, the consumer app as well as the corporate app. And then I was heading the support team at some point. But yeah, but that then I guess that's a very short summary. Yeah. But I started Paystack. Sorry, I started Seller in like 2016, and kind of just kept it going for this long.
Interesting. So
I
how
think
how did that come about, Seller? Was it while you were working at Paystack, or was it like something you had as an idea while you were studying in school?
Oh no, it came up while I was working at Paystack. So I used to see a lot of tickets from customers that were like, "Oh, hey, we want to sell small products like courses and training, like ebooks," and they weren't serving like individuals at the time, just like corporate businesses. So I was like, so I think I reached out to Shola and I was like, hey, do you mind if I build something for this? And I reached out to some friends of mine and we built like an MVP for it. In like maybe like a month. Interestingly, we launched like one of the first users of the product was I don't know if you know him and see you, but like he was more you are. He was a musician, so he sold like a few singles on our platform. Like
that's
he was a friend
interesting.
because we were well on the same level, and yeah, but that
Nice.
was really nice.
Well,
Friends
I
supporting
think
friends.
it's, but I think it's actually very interesting that you reached out to Shola first. I feel like going ahead because in my head I'm like, okay, there's Paystack Shop. I don't know if Paystack Shop existed
No,
back
no,
Oh no,
then.
Paystack
no,
Paystack shop
that
hadn't.
they did
Yeah,
not.
Okay.
It exit like that came in like 4 years after.
yeah.
Okay. So I was like, okay, would that have been a conflict of interest or whatnot? But that totally makes sense. Also, I want to say, I think you're the first person. I don't know, should I say interviewing? Because we've interviewed people that worked at Paystack before. I think you're the shortest
Tenured person.
employee
Yeah.
time because you know
And
how
I think I was
you know how
no
they
no,
say
go ahead.
Paystack employees like they work there till their 50s.
T- No, no, no. And I was actually the first person to leave. I was the first
Oh
person to
wow.
leave ever. That's the day I was just doing things, and I
So
was like, how old was I? I
you have like a
was like
reputation
19 or
that
20.
Douglas, first person to leave Paystack ever. Then there's just like a plaque there with your face. And then I mean, I wouldn't say they are, but like they're both in the same fintech space. So like Paystack further with, that's quite interesting. That's quite
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. So let's talk about seller and the creator economy. This is 2024, and I think there are two most common terms right now that I think our generation we're used to hearing, and that is creator or content and AI, right? And it's been quite interesting. There's a survey. I don't know how factual this is, but there's a survey out there that says 50% of Gen Zs have, is it either 50% or 45%? Like when they ran the survey, they were like, they're willing to quit their jobs to become full-time creators. Not even willing to quit their jobs, they are willing to become full-time creators. They don't even want to have a job, like right? So I think it's pretty interesting, like where we are heading towards as a generation, as the world. The creator economy is very, very, very vital, right? Because everybody thinks of it like as a legit thing, like this is something that I can actually do with my life. I don't think it was the same with our parents' generation. What do you mean you want to record videos and you want to write well, you want to, what does that mean? Like you're supposed to be a doctor or an engineer. So just talk to us about the creator economy from your own perspective, from your own point of view. What is it? How does it work? How do you look at it? Right? And how grand do you think it is? Like are we just like, are we underestimating it or are we overestimating it?
So I hope I hope this doesn't sound conceited, but like, it's just now that like I am connecting the dots with the fact that like everybody wants to be a creator and every like the whole Gen Z, and it's like, oh, and then we're running a creator platform. Like it just hasn't crossed my mind before. Like
Mm,
it's like now I'm like, oh, that is actually true. Everybody like says they want to be a creator now, and that makes like a platform like ours like so valuable.
yeah.
But I would say that um I think it's potentially very good for us, and it's potentially very good. I think one of the things that I like an idea that I am hoping sticks, and I've been trying to make a thing, even though it's not selling, is the idea that like I think creators selling digital products will probably be as common as creators that upload videos on YouTube, like on how easy it is to be a YouTuber today. Um, I think that like the barrier to entry for like selling products or like just being a creator has come down to literally almost nothing. And there's no like reason why anybody cannot like tap into it. Um, I think so yes, I mean it is of course I think when it comes to like this job thing and also creators, people tend to do what they see everywhere. I think with our parent generation, people saw like real like none of this was a possibility. Nobody saw it as a possibility. Like everybody just saw like corporate jobs as a thing. You're either an accountant or a doctor or an engineer.
Yeah.
And I think now that we can see, now that we see that like, oh my God, you can be a creator. And I mean, yes, everybody aspires to be like the $1 million creator that has maybe like 1 million followers. But I think the beauty of the space that we're in is you don't even need to be like on 1 million followers to like eat or to like to survive. Like people are doing really well on like 30K followers, 40K followers. And I think that's what I'm really excited about. It's that idea that like people can have their niche and do well in their niche and actually it's going to be good for them. And it's great to see that like more people are like getting comfortable with it. And I think the best part for me is not even just like the young people that are becoming creators now. I think I'm also excited about the very old people that are becoming creators today. Just I don't know if you've seen like just people that at least they're boomers or something, and they're like they have their own content, they're making their own content, and people like consuming that, and it's like that is really nice because
Yeah.
before now, like nobody. I don't know if you saw this tweet by Mo about like this guy that's like traveling and posting his videos. I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw that,
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah.
and it's like maybe 20 years from now, he probably didn't
Yeah.
think that was a thing that
Yeah.
he could do. And it's like now, and maybe even if he's not even earning from it, but it's nice that he has that expression. And he's
Mm-hmm.
putting out content and other people can see and other people can consume and enjoy and have a great time. So yeah, I think these are the things that I'm most excited about when it comes to creator economy and just content in general today.
Hmm. I'm glad
That's so
he
interesting.
I'm glad he, talked about the fact that he probably doesn't know how big, like your Selar, I think Selar is right in the middle of, the creator economy in Africa right now, you know?
I mean, for what it's worth, I haven't always been very like big on that. I like focus on like all the potential there is, and not because I kind of I would just focus on doing the work.
Mm,
I don't know. It's kind of like my thing, and I like it's not even like a thing. It's not even from a place of pride. It's just from a place of I'm excited to do the work. I'm excited to do the work that people need. I'm excited to be the product that people want and would help them achieve everything they want to do.
mm,
I am hoping that the stars would align, or like the stars will align and the world will align to make everything work. Because it's like, I think a typical example is I haven't been on this product since 2016, and for the most part, none of this product didn't take off till 2020. And yes, I could be saying that like the creator economy is, and I mean, I'm not about to like make a good story out. This is very tech boyish, like making a good story out of a very sad experience. And but it's like it's then COVID happened and drastically changed the creator industry for like forever in a way that like everybody's more happy to like be online now than they were ever before, and that changed our industry. And it's like it was great that of course we were ready for that, and like we had iterated the products for literally like 4 years before then, and had a lot of things that people wanted. And so for me, a lot of my focus is just are we building what people want? Are we able to take on as much like growth and skill? Because even now too, it's like we're at a very interesting point growth wise, and I am just taking it step by step and building all the different components to make sure that we can stand as we see more growth. And I think those are things I'm excited about because every other thing I just really can't control. Um, yeah.
That's interesting because if you stay building for 4 years and then it took you 4 years to get to like, okay, yeah, we've gotten some traction, right?
Yeah.
Tell us how that felt like during those 4 years of building, because as an entrepreneur or as a founder, right, you probably want to get like some, I don't know, hockey stick growth or some kind of jackpot at maybe year one, end of year one, or raise some funding, as many founders like. But how was it like for you starting and then takes 4 years just to build in silence, so to say?
Um, it actually didn't feel like much. It didn't feel like much for for two reasons. Number one is Seller never really cost me money, like cost me my personal money. Um, and that is nice. Like I've never needed
Congrats.
Seller
That's
to
Lucky
that's
you.
that's very interesting.
Lucky
like
you.
I would like to know more about that because yeah, I don't,
like it never really cost me my personal money. I'm a software engineer by profession, so all the years of iterate, and I have a lot of experience in like customer service and talking to like customers and getting feedback and iterating. So like for the first 4 years, all I was doing, like there was a time where in 2017, I had never gone to Ibadan before. Like this is, I only lived in like, I grew up in Port Harcourt, moved to Lagos after school, 2016. And then it came up to me that like I would like to like digitize Mount Zion films. And so I went to Ibadan, I went in with them. I took all their content in a hard drive. I converted all the content manually on Handbrake. I uploaded it to a server. I built the streaming platform for it on Seller. And I mean, it was the foundation of like our courses feature, like maybe 3 years later, even though it wasn't, but it was just like a little helpful. But like we had that, so we launched the like streaming platform on Zion Films. Um, and we were earning next to nothing on it. Like every video, we were selling the videos for like 150 naira. And then we couldn't charge them at 4% plus 15 naira. Like I think we charged them something a lot less. So we're not making that much money from it. And then there was a time where we like introduced a subscription model. So again, all of this is built on Seller, by the way. Like we had built a custom domain for them. And like nobody had this at the time. It was just like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what like I would like to do. So we built that and we had that up for like 2 years or 3 years. Very, very slow traction. It was like cute because like it was nice for like clouds. Like, oh my God, Manzan has a streaming platform on built on Seller. But like money was like, and I remember when it was time to shut that product down, and it kind of sucked because like what I spent a lot of time and energy like building this product. Like I literally was taking like trips to Ibadan, and I was like I remember I spent hours on it. Handbrake was like a mess, and this a whole custom thing. And it's like we had to shut the product down eventually because I think they were not giving us new content. And then they refused to give us new content because they're putting a lot of their content on YouTube. And then we're not even making enough money from it. So like we had to shut it down. I remember we shut it down and it was sad, but like it was necessary. But it was still but a lot of it was good. So just back to the question on like, it never really cost me money because I was excited to build. I was excited to see people use the product. Um, we had AWS credits. Inge helped me get AWS credits very early on at some point. We literally were running on AWS credits for 3 years or 4 years,
Wow.
maybe.
how did you do
Wow.
Yeah,
that?
I think
Because I know that usually lasts 1 year.
I was hopping from credit to credit. I was hopping
I
from
see.
credit to credit.
Man, lucky you. For real.
I mean, I was asking everybody and everybody possible to get credits. And then I think the last batch of credits we got was the NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a program where they give you like 100K for AI projects, and I think it's I think it's pretty public right now, actually. And that was the last one we got, and I think we started paying real money. I don't know if it's this January. Oh no, it's definitely not this January. I think it's probably last January, last March or something. And like the bills started coming and I was just like, yikes. It was like almost 4K. But so it never really cost me money. I actually didn't really hire for the longest time. there was a time I had like someone to do support, and then they were playing, and I just like let them go, and then I was just like, no social media again. Like so I had someone for social media, and then I was like, no social media again, and I just kept going. And then I think it was 2020 where I was like, oh, I want to take this. So I'd moved to Dubai for work, and then I so I think the first company I'd worked at in Dubai, because I was there for like a year plus before I moved there to another company. And the first company I worked at, I I've always been a very versatile employee where it's like, yes, I'm an engineer, but I mean, everybody's like business. But I was in like I was working with the marketing team a lot. So I'd like gained a lot of like experience just like with marketing, whether it's like offline, digital, everything. I was on it, and I'm a nosy person. So 2020 came, so interestingly, I guess this should even give you more clarity. So 2020 came, and or 2019 ended, and so I was building Seller, and then I also had a small app I was also trying to build. I had actually built it. So it was kind of like Spotify for gospel sermons.
That was before they had podcasts.
That was before they had podcasts. But even now, they still don't have it because it's it's a lot more nuanced than just listing people's.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it
true.
can help people find things that they're looking for. Like if they're looking for someone on faith, like you can just help them like find it. But anyway, so I'd built the apps. I published them on like the both app stores, set up the platform for people to upload their courses, sorry, their sermons, and then I started reaching out to churches, and then church bureaucracy also hit me, and so I was at like a very crazy point in like the journey where I was like, and I was like, I'm going to give. So by the end of 2019, so this was happening at the tail end of 2019, and then I was like, okay, I cannot do the two of them at the same time because I'm exhausted. Because I literally kept a full time job. I I had a full time job till like 2021 January. That was when I quit to like focus on Seller full time. So this was end of 2019, and I was like, I have to pick one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give Seller like one more year to pick up, and if it doesn't pick up, I will like park it and just like be a normal engineer. And so that's why I parked the other idea. So that's I guess, and in 2020 was a turning point because I started investing a lot more in we'd gotten Solar Miller's 5K, which was like 2 million plus in 2018.
Good
And
times.
then
Yeah.
what? No. It's so interestingly that money actually was just sitting in the bank account until like 2020 because like
Wow.
there was I wasn't spending it for anything
Mm.
again. So I had a full time job, so my job was paying me really well. Um, I was a homebody, so I think my finances were pretty okay-ish. Even when I quit to go full time, the reason I could do that, Seller didn't pay me. Even I quit in 2021, Seller didn't start paying me until like maybe 2020, till end of 2022 or 2023. And that's because like I had a bunch of like I had some savings which just powered me through for like the next like 12 months. Um, and that was really nice. Sorry, but so that's I guess that's a rough summary of that.
That's a very unusual story because eh, the typical founder story is, oh, I decided one day I need to quit and then start something. So you started while you were working, and then you were like, if it doesn't blow, then I'll just go back. Which, fortunately for you, it's eventually worked out, right?
Yeah,
You mentioned that you started Seller with 5 people. Are you guys still
for
5?
yeah for no, we're it's I'm the only founder left. So a lot of
Oh,
people left like very early on while like we well like over the years because like people had full-time jobs, people had the girls that they see like they don't they don't have time.
yeah.
So yeah.
And how did that happen? Like, how did that make you feel, like driving this all alone, all this time?
Um, I think so. Two people left first, and then one person left, and then there was like one guy and I. And I feel like the last guy leaving was the one that really broke me because I feel like we were really getting somewhere. But I really understood because he was really like killing it at work. Work was demanding more as usual when you're doing well. And he was like, girl, I can barely breathe right now. And and I was like, same. And yeah, so and then that happened. But I think over time I was very happy. Like I think I was very glad that everybody made the decision that they made at the time, just because I'm the kind of person like I'm very much like a taskmaster in some way. So like I was like, guys, are you gonna do the work? And the thing about me is like I really need to do the work so that I can like also join you and do the work. And if you're not doing the work, it's killing my drive. So it was very helpful because I think over time, as people left, it just let me know that, oh, I'm responsible for doing X, Y, Z. And I took responsibility for it. And for the ones I could get done, I got done and got out of the way. Uh, so yeah.
So
So
I think
there's only one founder left in Selar. What about the rest of the team? Do you have employees?
Yes, we have about, let me see, we have like 25 people now.
Oh,
wow.
okay. That's nice.
Yeah, we have
That's
like 25
great.
people now.
They've come a long way from, letting people go for this was a plane. Just go home. Right?
I mean, I actually let like 3 people go this week. Like, I
Wow.
actually, oh, like last week. Like
Were
last
they were
week.
they were
Uh,
they also playing, or what was the reason?
something in that direction. But
Oh
like
wow.
we're not gonna badmouth people. It's not good. But
Are
something in that
you
direction. But yeah.
are you like a founder and like manager of the whole team, or do you have someone that directly reports to you and that person just tends to manage everyone else?
Yes, we have people that report to me. Um, but I still try to have as much of an individual relationship with as many people as possible. But no, I think one of the best things has just been having like people to man their own teams because like Milton mans the marketing team. Um, Now what I realize is I think product, I mean, I guess I always knew product has been my strength, but like I typically kind of manage a product team, but I do have a CTO. And he also just leads that really well. And then I have a head of support. Um, and everybody just kind of works together to make this machine run.
So do you still find yourself coding from time to time, or not really?
Um, not much these days. Not much these days. But I did some small work like that doesn't really count for much, like yeah, 2 nights ago. But yeah, but really
You
not
fixed the
much.
typo.
No, yes, I fixed the typo. Now 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 it's very important to me that I don't write that much code. I'm like, and if somebody like sends a PR that I don't like, I'm like, girl, fix it. I'm not don't I'm not going to get into fix. Like I used to be the one to like fix people's PRs, but I'm like, no, well, I'm gonna tell you
Right.
to fix it. The world is not gonna end. We'll wait. When you fix it, we'll get out of the way. We'll deploy it, and that's really, I think that's giving me a lot of peace too.
Okay. All right. So more about the creator economy, right? You mentioned when you were doing the Mount Zion thing, you weren't really making a lot of money, and I think you mentioned the percentage. I don't really know how much seller charges creators, or what the commission is like. So, can you talk to us about the different reward system, at seller, and how do the different players benefit? Like, why would a creator think to themselves that, you know what, I want to put my creation on seller and not anywhere else, So how does that benefit both sides?
So the way we viewed this, so I think one of the things that we try to be very clear about is we're not really a marketplace. We wanted to really build it like we wanted to make like a store builder where you can have your own store and you're the one to market your link. And then we wanted to charge the least possible commission that helps us keep the lights on, but also ensures that customers get as much and also make as much money as possible. So we charge about 4% for Naira. So we charge different fees for different currencies. For like Naira, it's like 4% plus 50 Naira. Um, However, so if you think about this, for that's always been our pricing from the get-go. But for a product of 150 Naira, if you charge 4% plus 50 Naira, that goes to maybe like 70, like maybe like 50 something naira or 60 naira, and then it leaves like another like 70 naira for Mount Zion, and then they were not happy about that, so we ended up making it really small. So maybe it was like something was like 10 naira. So we're not even making like up to 40 naira or 30 naira per sale. So it was just really bad in its economics.
Mm.
But it was good business because I plastered their name everywhere. I let everyone know that Bazai was using us.
Yeah.
That was my sell. That was my push for every marketing that I made out. That I put out that Bazai uses our platform, and I think a lot of like growth for us has always come from like people buying products on Seller and saying that, oh, I'm buying this book from this person and I like it, and I'm like, and I want to use it, or they see somebody selling and they like want to use it, and so it was very important for me to. That's why I was very happy to keep that relationship, and I think a part of me, even though I never really saw Mount Zion films, like I never really cared for them, um, like personally, like I never really watched them. I knew that they were very important. They're very important for the Christian community. Like my mom watches Mount Zion films, my sisters watch Mount Zion films, and so there was also just that excitement to do something that people cared for and people cared about. Um, because a lot of people really wanted a way to watch these films and also like contribute to the growth of their ministry. Um, and that was very important to me, and I was very excited for that, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I think, I mean, the popularity of Mount Zion films would have, transcended to you guys at some point because, I mean, it's Mount Zion, right? So,
It is, yeah, but yeah, exactly. And I think for the time, it did what it was meant to.
okay. But do you also feel like, I mean, I know you mentioned, you had to like really reduce the price for them. Do you also feel like maybe if you had a lot more people watching it, like if you had maybe 1 million or 2 million streams or whatnot, that would have kind of like balanced things out a bit. Even though the price was
And
little, everybody would have been getting
so
it. Yeah.
I agree. Like I feel like, and I think so. I did think about that, like, but I don't even know. I don't know why it didn't occur to me that this we should do ads. Because now I think about it, they never really did ads. They never really did ads. Like they were just going off the very big like network that they had. They had like a big following, and
Mm,
I just realized that I never really pushed them to do ads at any point in time because I was expecting like their big audience to carry the weight.
mm,
I think yes, hopefully, like if they had done ads, maybe that could have really pushed it. Um, but they never did. Um, and they were not even giving us new content. It was just a lot of old movies that people had already seen, and it was just like not that helpful. So that eventually had to bring that to an end. Um, but yeah, but that the brand name of Banzayan Films was really the sell here.
So Seller launched affiliate network, some kind of a marketplace, as you put it. So I'm going to read exactly what I read on the website. So
Okay, that's fine.
a marketplace where creators can list their digital products for free, and affiliates can pick any product of their choice and promote it for a commission on each sale that they made. That same year, we grew. Okay. So, um, how does this work? I understand the basics of affiliate marketing. Is it different from the norm, or is it the same thing but for seller?
So interesting. When we launched Seller in 2016, we've always had affiliate marketing. And the core, like the idea here is that like if I'm selling a product and I want you to help me promote it, and I also want to give you a commission for every sale that comes, I can just simply add your email address to my dashboard and set whatever commission you can get. Seller is going to send you an automatic link to my product. Anybody that buys from your link, Seller pays you automatically and gives me the rest of the money. So we've always had that. That's been I would say it's been an okay hit for us in terms of like people using it to like increase their sales across the board. And what we wanted to do was, affiliate marketing is also just a really big thing in Africa right now. And we wanted to, so the way it works is I, as a merchant or as a creator, would have to add you to my product manually. But it's like, what if anybody could, what if anybody could add you? So what if you could just find products that you actually wanted to market that are on Seller and then get a link automatically based on whatever the creator has set and then market. And then, so it's like, we wanted to automate that process where I don't even have to stress. All I have to do is pull my products on the affiliate network and say that anybody that wants to market this product, your commission is 20% or 30%. I set the commission, and then you can just go to the affiliate network, find all the products that creators on Seller have put out, and just pick whatever you want and then market them. So that's really what we were trying to achieve with this.
So it's
And I think
almost
that's
like
when,
a referral type thing where, for example, Piggyvest or CarryWise, I can refer anyone to use the product. So this case is like, oh, I bought an iPod and I really like it. I'm going to tell my friends, but I want to make money from telling my friends. That's the kind of thing this is, right?
yes, yeah, that is the core of affiliate marketing actually.
Yeah, but I think this is very unique because in this case, the creator doesn't even have to know you. Like they don't have
Yeah,
to know
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
They don't even have to speak to you ever. I think they'll just
never.
notice that maybe one of their products is just taking off. Like they're just getting a lot of sales, and it turns out maybe
Exactly.
one
Doesn't,
influencer from somewhere with
yeah.
maybe 2 million followers has just gotten the link. That's actually quite interesting.
Doesn't that
Yeah.
create some kind of tension? So, for example, let's say I'm a creator, I have some products, and some random person is selling. Okay, I'm getting sales, but it's being affiliated with some random person, right?
Mhm.
The normal or the current situation is if I want to do affiliate marketing, I would have to contact some influencer, right? And
Yeah.
then my brand will be associated with that influencer. So right now,
Yeah.
you kind of take away that should I say that contact point. So it means anyone can influence for my product. Don't you think that could be that could create some tension? Let's say I personally don't like some people and then they are selling my
No,
thing,
no, no,
right?
no, 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 no. I can totally see why. I think what I would just say to that is we haven't had that issue yet.
Okay,
So
Okay,
far.
okay.
So far.
okay.
But it definitely is like source. It could be a source of tension, but I think for the most part, and I think we try to review as many people that products that we put there, but I think also creators that put that list there because not every product on Seller is on the affiliate network. The creator has to decide that I want to list my product there. They have to set whatever commission they want to set, and then that product is available to any affiliate. So they also just have an idea of what they're doing
Okay, so
in
they
that
have consent
regards.
here. Okay.
Yes, they have consent.
Sorry, I also want to ask, right? I'm glad you've not had this um problem yet. But I think something that would be so funny is if I'm sorry, thinking of it is just making me laugh. If one of the affiliate marketers come up and they start promoting the product like it's their own,
Oh,
I think I think that would be so funny. Like, okay, guys, you know, I made this chorus or something, 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 and then they put the link. And obviously, when you get to the platform to Seller, you'd find out, oh, this is not actually the person that owns it, right? Or
yes,
like,
yes.
yeah, just like kind of identity theft in a way, right?
Oh, I mean, the beauty is when you click that link, you see who owns it, and
Yeah,
the
true,
receipts will also show like everything. So yeah, so
true.
that is it's just very hidden behind the scenes. So like this person
Yeah,
has earned a commission from the sale. So yeah.
yeah. But this is very different from the norm. Can you tell us how you came up with this idea? I personally like it, right? It takes away the middle or the process of reaching out to people. Hi, would you sell this? Like, look, my stuff is here. If you love this product and you like to market for it, you can get some form of um commission, right? I don't know if I know most brands have to reach out to creators, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a little bit different from what I think I'm used to. Would you? How did you come up with this, and why did you not like stick to the normal referral plan like Emmanuel said earlier?
So like so we've always had the feature where like at least you can add somebody. That's you add whoever you want. that's obviously after you've talked to them, blah blah blah. They get a link, they have a dashboard. Um, I think what we're trying to do was affiliate marketing is a very big thing. It's a very big thing globally, actually. Like this is not a very unique, it's not a unique idea. It's not a novel idea from us. This is a concept that is used globally. Globally there are affiliate networks and affiliate marketplaces. Like Amazon actually has an affiliate referral system. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, like um whenever you're reading like Medium articles or listicles that have like top books to read, the reason why a lot of them usually link back to Amazon is not because they just love Jeff Bezos. It's because those links are affiliate links. Um,
Ah,
so for us, it was a perfect position for us to be in because we have a lot of creators that have a lot of great products. So it was like a very easy transition for us because we have great creators that have great products. And I think we've done a really great job in finding like affiliates that like in like amassing a lot of affiliates to like market this product. And interestingly, it's been like the most shocking source of like subscription revenue for us. So like to join the affiliate network, people pay like 3K a month, 3K a year, 3K a year, not a month, 3K a year. And we have like maybe like 500 people sign up every month. So it's surprisingly very good. And it's something that I didn't even like. It was like when we are building this, we were not even thinking, oh my God, we're going to make a lot of money from affiliate network subscriptions. We're just thinking we wanted to put a pricing like limit there because we didn't want it to be free and like people just abuse it. And it just turned out to also just be very financially rewarding as well. And of course, when they facilitate a sale, we make money too. So it's really a win-win all around for us.
that's really cool. You also, aside from the affiliate networks, I was basically reading from your 2023 report, Seller, and I saw a bunch of nice things. So I'm just picking a few things from there.
Okay.
One of them was
Emmanuel,
also
he's
the
shy.
report. One of those nice things is the report. So the African creator economy and the future of work. And I really find it interesting because, of course, if you're a platform that is, helping creators, creators would like to know how things are going, where they're headed. So how did you come up with that? And where did you source all the data from? Should have read the report. I didn't have enough time, but just
No, it's fine.
tell us about that.
So that report, so I think so we have someone on our team that like um works in a lot of our PR efforts. David, it's like really amazing. We hired him I think 2 years ago. I think a couple years ago, like while I worked at the company, but the company I was working very closely with in the UAE, where I was learning a lot of like stuff in marketing. I think one of the things I picked up from them was their PR efforts. Um, it seemed really trite to me at the time, but like I was like, so when when I was when I think I was deciding to like obviously do more stuff with Seller, like it was also important to me that like we make a lot of like PR efforts and not like paid PR efforts, just like and stuff like that. And um so we used like I think 2022 was probably the year where we were like really clean it in PR. Like we were featured like in so many places, sending organic stories and pages everywhere. So I will this will make sense shortly. So in 2023, we're also looking for like, okay, what are we gonna do differently this year that's also gonna be great for like PR? Because we obviously don't have the money to like be paying for every story that we feature that we wanted every platform wanted to be featured in. So I think one of the projects we thought we are going to make was a report, like an industry report that will be beneficial to media houses to also be able to quote. And so we're thinking and thinking and thinking. And I was like, we should make one on like the future of like work and how creators are also creating jobs for a lot of for a lot of people because it's 'cause I think one of the things I realized, one of the things I saw very early on, because I used to do a lot of customer interactions and like I realized that like creators do not just they usually don't even work alone anymore. Like they have people on their team, small, even if it's like part time and full time. So we wanted to just make a report that like explored that idea that like creators have people that work for them and people that they pay full time. And so that was the basis of the report. And um and so we actually did the survey ourselves. We kind of prepared the questions, sent the survey out ourselves, tried to get as many people to like take it. And then we worked on the report, and that was kind of how that came about. And it was also just very interesting because like then this year we got into the Job Tech Accelerator, and Job Tech's whole thing is like they're trying to create more jobs for like Africans everywhere, and um, they're trying to create jobs for Africans everywhere, and yeah, that's very much all we did in our report last year.
Nice. And what did you find out as a result of this report?
Um, Let me see. I don't remember the exact details, but the thing is, we found out that like I think more YouTubers employed more people, if I remember correctly. What were the they I think they had a higher chance of employing more people maybe after like they had reached a decent amount of growth.
Yeah.
We kind of saw that like I think a lot of people hired for like some light technical skills like maybe graphic design, video editing, all of these things. So those are like the most common jobs, and like some other like small key findings here and there. It was really nice reports we're very happy that we actually put out. It was an extreme chore working on it, but like it was really, I think we're very happy that like, oh, we put out the reports because like it's nice to put out the reports. It's like,
It is.
Right.
Feels like a final year project.
Right.
yeah, like, oh, we wrote something. Yeah.
Yeah. But this won't be complete unless we talk about AI. I saw somewhere while I was doing my research, I think you talked about something relating to AI and how, oh guys, chill. AI is not going to take away your content creation work jobs. So
Yeah.
I'm really curious about this. In one way, I know that AI is going to enhance this whole thing because, for example, previously we used to have to edit every single thing ourselves on the podcast. Today, we kind of use AI for some things. So like time stamping, coming up with some ideas and summarizing stuff. So we can do more because of AI. But
Yeah.
there's also the flip side. Some people might lose what they do because of AI. So can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit about that and where do you think we're headed?
Yeah. So when the AI craze started, we're like, how can we get press from this? I think we got like two TV interviews that we pitched, like, oh, let's talk about like AI and creators. And so yeah, I think the idea is still the same. I think the comments are still roughly the same, even though AI has changed like so much since a lot of those interviews at the time. Um, the idea that like it will not take away, I guess we can just say most jobs at this time. We can check the comments to like most jobs because I think the thing about creating stuff is as a creator, your greatest skill is your habitual tastes. Like you, like what really separates like the weed, is it wheat? So weed from the shop is that like you can refine things that you find and make them better. So AI can, yes, bring together a couple ideas here, but like what's going to make you stand out as a creator is your ability to take whatever AI has given you and refine it even further and make it better. And I think creators that are still able to do that in this will always still win. Um, yes, there are some small tasks like it. At least I know that like it just makes things even slightly a lot more easier for a lot of people. There are people that there are some things that might there's some I know some people that like they write articles with like AI, but again, we're still even getting the issue now where like a lot of articles are very like generic and like bland, and it's like we're still gonna need people to like review and edit the things that AI have done, and like so you have to just be good on your own right, and you should be fine. That's how I think about AI a lot. But I think AI is still also just doing a lot. Like we with the Job Tech Accelerator, we pitched like a couple projects that we wanted to do that the grant was going to cover. And I think we have like two AI projects that we wanted to like take on. Um, we have like 2 AI projects we wanted to take on, and we haven't started any of them yet, actually, just because a lot of things are taking up space. But hopefully we will do them too, and that's a really great use case for AI. Like, and I think there'll be more things.
Nice. I recently used some AI tools on Coursera. So on Coursera, you can ask AI to summarize the lesson you're watching. You can ask it to generate questions. You can ask it to
No,
do different things.
no,
So I
no.
would
What is the
imagine.
point?
Yeah, I feel like that
So
takes away from the entire
no, no,
learning
no,
experience. Like,
no.
why am I
I mean,
here
that's
then?
what you. No, no, that's what you say now. But I use it in a way that I think is productive. So I watch the entire lesson. For example, there are some lessons that you watch and you're like, what did I just watch? I don't understand anything. So
Uh,
if you might need, so okay, let's take, for example, when you're in school, you
mm,
attended a lecture, you spent 1 hour and you didn't
okay,
understand most of it.
okay.
After class, you ask your friend, can you summarize this thing? Can you help me understand this part, right? So that iteration that you're doing with your friend is what you can now do with an AI on a learning platform. So I'm guessing that's something that your users might want to have because you have people can sell their courses, right? So
Yeah.
taking away the work from the creator to have to do that and allowing AI to use it to help their students is a very nice thing, I think.
Thank you
Um,
very much. I will keep that in mind. Actually, never really heard of that use case, but it's really nice. But I would say
yeah,
that's a use case I'm not going to implement because consumer consumers of creator products do not pay me, so I'm not giving them tools. It,
so it's
it's
free for
not
them.
it's not they don't like so because think about it, like it's courses they're watching on Saturday that we're gonna have to summarize for them, and that's gonna be money that we're spending for them to be happy, and it's like you're not
Fair
the one.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So the users don't pay. They don't pay the subscription.
No, it's
No,
the
because
creators.
users buy
Ah,
it's the creators that pay for their subscription to
So
like host their
users just
courses,
buy,
but
yeah.
use that buy and but no, but so I mean, but that's just an idea of like how greedy I am when it comes to like spending on
No,
things that don't give
you've
me money back.
you've worked, you've done your charity, you've had your charity
yeah.
phase, so you're allowed to be greedy, don't worry. So
No, but I think, but yeah, but that's the thing. I think use cases for AI are just like really endless. Like, and I'm really hoping that we can do like really exciting things actually. And that's honestly why so far we haven't launched like an AI tool, just because if I'm just going to like launch another like product description generator, it just feels it's like, and it's
But
like,
to be honest, even that helps a bit because you reduce the work that the creators have to do, and those little productivity things that you add kind of help as well, but
oh no, no,
it
so
doesn't change
no,
much.
so it's not even the fact that so I know that that definitely will help. It's other people are doing this, and I'm not. I think I'm not eager to slap AI on like a seller post. It's not. I'm not like I'm not that eager just because I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody.
mm,
Um, if we're doing stuff, I'm really hoping that it is actually useful. And I think like for something like a description generator tool now, there are a lot of those right now. Like there are like a million of those. But I think hopefully when we do launch something, it will be slightly useful and it will be really nice. Because I love the idea that you just did, the one you talked about on Sarah, that's like it would just summarize it for you if you need help. But I'm really hoping that we can do something really fun, do something really nice, do something that people are actually gonna love.
Right.
um Douglas, I personally have a question, right?
Okay. Should I be worried?
Oh, no, don't be worried. Well, actually, I have a question, and I think we will round up after this question and another question. But this one is personal, right? It's not podcast
Okay.
related. So, you had a job as an engineer, you had a good job as an engineer, and you eventually decided to quit and, go do your own thing. I'm kind of, because I feel like you worked on Seller for such a long time. Kudos to you for not giving up actually. But like, what do you think was last your biggest motivator? Like, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to actually do this thing full time. And would you if you had a chance, because I always hear founders normally see shege, founders they see shege. So like, people tell you, oh, the money you pay with your blood if you want to start a company and all of that, right? So living in
I
Dubai
have paid in
and
my mental
coming
health. Like, I have paid in
living
my
in
mental
Du-
health.
living in Dubai and coming back to Nigeria. I don't know if you still shuffle between both, but like,
No, I do not.
what would you say, finally gave you the confidence or the courage to like quit? And if you had to do it all over again, would you still do it?
Um, I think if I had to do it all over again, I would still do it. I think I wish what I wish I would do differently is just I would not worry that much.
Mm.
I feel like that's one of the things that's the only thing, that's one of the things I would change. I'm sure I'll change other things, but I will not worry that much because I was anxious and worrying through it all. I mean, I know I say that like, yeah, it didn't cost me money, but like, it cost me like, it cost me a lot of energy, time, and stuff. Um, but at the time I quit because I couldn't juggle a lot of things anymore. Um, I couldn't juggle a lot of things anymore. So by the tail end of 2020, interestingly, like my COVID experience didn't feel that different because like I was already just like, I've always been like a homebody, and I was always at home working. And I think 2020 was even more perfect for me because like since I was picking up in 2020 and I was doing a lot, so I was just happy to be at home and be able to like do my normal day job as well as seller work without like it being a problem. But what I so but I'm saying that because by the end of 2020, like the job I was doing at the time, they were they they felt I was not giving them a lot. Um, and that was the first time I was getting that kind of comment like in my job, like ever, because everybody I've worked for, I've always been like a 150% kind of person. And but like 2020 really stretched me, like I could not deal, like I was stretched. And by the end of 2020, the company was also just moving funny. And then I also just couldn't like handle the load of taking on Seller. And then Seller obviously had taken off too. So I was like, just gonna quit because it's not like that one is looking it's not like that's looking really like that's not like 10 over 10 right now, like with my day job. And even when I quit, I was in Dubai, and with the savings that I had, I knew that like if I stayed in Dubai, that money was going to burn. Because like obviously like with the way Dubai works, like once your work visa is cancelled, um you have to like get another job or you have to buy another visa or something. And I knew that like if I had stayed in Dubai with my savings, I wouldn't last like 5, 6 months. I would even last like 4 or 5 months. So I had to make the decision that like I have to move back to Lagos. Because at least I know that would buy me like almost like 12 months of runway. Uh,
Fair enough.
like at least like 12 months of runway.
Yeah.
Um, and that just made more sense. And so I did that. But it was still a hard decision, but it was a decision that just felt very necessary. It felt like the only decision. I think I prayed about it too at the time. And it was like, oh, let's, and then I did that. But I think a very big factor was just that I don't think I could juggle it anymore. But when I was in Nigeria, I did get a part-time job actually that was paying me some decent dollars, where I was consulting for them, and that was really nice. I think I
Remote,
had
yeah.
that for like yes, I had that for like a year, and then so that also just really helped my runway to like a lot because even Nigeria was even expensive.
Man,
But yeah,
tell me
but
about it.
I mean, I
Sounds
like to think it was expensive then, and then like now it's like, mm, um, yeah, but it is, but yeah, but I guess that was how I came to the decision. Um, yeah, I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. It does. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Also, what advice would you give to someone that is looking to become a creator today
Hmm.
in whatever capacity? whether that's writing or making videos, just creating content and, selling and trying to like make some money off of that. Because you mentioned how, you know, 20 years ago, an old person would not have imagined, oh, this would be a thing, right? And now there are old people that are even joining the creator economy and whatnot. So if there was somebody today, old or young, trying to, you know what, I think I would love to do this. What advice would you give to them to kind of like just push them a little?
So interestingly, the advice I'm going to give is going to be counterintuitive to something else. So at the beginning of the podcast, you guys were asking each other a question, and I thought it was going to get to me, but I guess not. What is what's your tech ick right now?
Yeah.
And
Oh, Emmanuel,
and
you see
and
what?
and I was like waiting for my turn, and it did not come. But
Oh, we
to answer
wanted to
that
do the
question,
intro first.
if I wanted to answer that question, I'd have said I think my thing I hate most in tech right now. I mean, I guess I know you guys are talking about like products. I don't know, but like something that really annoys me right now about tech is I hate the fact that as software engineers, I have to be marketing myself and like be doing like brand building. Like when I was doing a job, like when I used to like work for people, like all I had to do was just be good and
Hmm.
obviously clean up my CV. Now I have to like tweet,
No,
I
that
have to do
doesn't cut
LinkedIn,
it. That doesn't cut
like
it, man.
not now I have to do like LinkedIn epistles. I have to do like Twitter Spaces. Like what the hell? Like what happened to just like working? But so that is my biggest tech ick right now. But interestingly, I think so that's a complete opposite for what I think a creator should do. I think with creators today, yes, your product should be good and you should be good at what you're doing, but you're better off like if you also really invest in your marketing. And when
Hmm.
I say invest in your marketing, it doesn't even just mean like start spending money on ads. It's just the same way you're invested in your craft of creating. You should also be very strategic in your plans and your everything in your plans for like marketing it and getting it to more people. Because as a creator, except you're like a billionaire's daughter that doesn't need the money, um, like creating is not enough. Like people need to consume what you've created for you to like be successful in this field. So you have to, I think for any creator that's coming out today, you would you're gonna do well for yourself if you also are very thoughtful, very mindful, very strategic. And again, this is not even a money thing. It's a you have to really be intentional about how you market yourself and how you get more eyeballs to yourself. Because um yeah, that whole thing like it's not very common that like when you do something amazing and people are doing amazing things everywhere right now. Um so you have to really be intentional. And I think I realized that when we started I mean, I learned that in my marketing, like I learned that with the other startup then, but it's like I also realized that very early on when we were doing when in 2020 when we're really taking off in like marketing, like I remember we were I'm not gonna say this is 2020. I don't think there were that many people that were doing like IG lives and webinars in the creator space at the time we were doing it. I don't think so. Like if you look and if you scroll, obviously it's gonna be too long. Scroll down our page to see when we were doing that. I don't think there were that many platforms. I think people did it though, but like it's startup focused way where I don't think that many Nigerians were doing that. And but all of that was not even just for like activity. It was very intentional. We wanted to enter new communities and
Mm.
these IG lives, these Twitter spaces, um, were our way to enter new communities. And it's like, and then there was also just this really weird thing where we were also spotlighting like products on Seller and tagging the creators. And it's like, we're just not doing that for show. That was intentional to let people know that this person is using Seller. That's one. And also for that person to like hopefully repost it and introduce us to their audience. And so all these like very small strategic things that expose you to new audiences. So it's like, even when you do like interviews like this, it's like you want to like really milk them for what they're worth. Like I know this platform that they do interviews and they were Don't ask me because I don't. I only have like 2 followers on Instagram, so it's not gonna. This is not gonna be useful for me. But like they were they were doing interviews with high profile celebrities, and the celebrities were not really reposting the content. So like you're not maximizing the point of these celebrity interviews if like the audience of the celebrity is the celebrity cannot even share it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
And it's like, so yeah, you have to just be as intentional with marketing and reaching more people as you should, as you can, because you're just going to be making content and nobody's going to be consuming it, and it's like, or selling products and nobody's going to be buying, and it's like, what's the point of that?
thanks.
So
I'll keep that in
that was a
mind.
long one. Yeah. Um, so coming to the end of the show, and we usually ask one. Chika
End of the
always
show,
says it's,
Emmanuel, or end of the episode.
I mean, the show, the episode, whatever, right? We usually ask this question, and Chika always says, "Oh, it's a personal question," and that always gets the guest. So let's see if he gets you. So it's a really personal question. Um,
Okay.
the question is, what would you be doing if you're not in tech?
Oh, if I wasn't in tag,
We've had really, really, really interesting responses.
honestly, I don't really know. Cause so my first degree is in civil engineering, and I think I knew. So I went to so by my fourth year, you do IT, and I worked at like this. My uncle connected me with this like really expensive like developer in Port Harcourt, and I worked at this really nice site, and I was having a great time. Like I had like an AC like container where I was staying sometimes, but I was like obviously doing like work. I was ish, but like I remember still like in that experience just going like, ew, I'm not doing this full time. I'm not gonna stay under the sun. I don't do well with heat. Um, so like, and obviously at the time I already started coding. So like, it was just never really an option for me to like do civil engineering again. Um, so it's like, if tech didn't work out, I don't know what I would have been doing. Like, I actually don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
Like,
if you know Chidi Williams. Chidi Williams.
I'm aware of him.
Okay.
I
So
feel like he's based in the UK. Okay, all right.
yeah. So we had Chidi on the show as well. And coincidentally, or fun fact, Chidi and you have a similar. Chidi also figured out he didn't want to do. What was Chidi studying?
I think it was elect.
Electrical engineering. He
Yeah.
realized he didn't want to do electrical engineering doing his civil as well. He was like,
It's like,
and this is not for me.
no, this is ghetto. This is ghetto. And I think with civil engineering, it's like, I think with IT, I realized more that like, you need like maybe like 30 years under your belt to like be respected and to get like deals that will pay you.
Crazy.
That
Uh,
is insane.
and like at least 20, 30 years of just like experience and like, or maybe you need like a lot of, like even a lot of connect too. Like you need a lot of things to get you there. And that was really very mind-boggling and stressful for me to like. I was just
Yeah,
like, I
that's
don't
scary.
like, I don't think this is what I want to do because I can't, because like, yeah. So if I wasn't doing civil engineering, like I want to say I could have been a pastor, but like I don't know.
We
I
had
don't think
someone
so.
say pastor on the show.
Like I don't know if I don't think I would have been a pastor, but like I'm
Something
very
in
sure I could be doing
church.
something like,
Something.
yeah, something pretty evangelical. Yeah, something pretty
Fair.
evangelical. I
Okay.
might be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We had a fun time recording this. This was a very lovely
This was
conversation.
really nice too.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you. Up to the end of the show. So thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We release new episodes every month. If you haven't, please subscribe to the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoy the show as much as we do, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can reach more people. Shout out to the amazing team behind the show. This includes John, Faith, Angela, and Okechukwu. Connect with us on social media at Inside the Techos on Instagram and Twitter, and Inside the Ecosystem on LinkedIn. Be one of the first people to get the latest news, updates, and announcements from us by subscribing to our newsletter. We promise. We only share the coolest stuff. All right. See you in the next one.